Hey everyone, it's Linda with What's Linda Cooking. Today, I am doing something that my mother always made, which is a frittata. And I have to adjust the camera because, oh my gosh, my head is going to be cut off. So let me adjust that and then I'll be right back. Okay, now my head is not cut off. And this is a working kitchen, so of course my husband had to make his coffee and all of that. And you know, he's in his robe, so can't be on camera. At least he's got something on. But I've got some bacon fat in here, just kind of heating up. And so this is a frittata. My mother always used to make frittatas for us for breakfast, but mostly for dinner. She used to make them. So, and I had a hot dog, believe it or not, and a potato left over. And those are the kind of frittatas that she would make a lot for dinners. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with just a little bit of onion. And I could put in peppers if I wanted to. But you know what? Today, I really don't want to put in the peppers. Okay? So just going to roughly slice and chop the onions and get that going. Okay, to just soften up a little bit. I might have to just kind of bump that down. And I always have my onions or any bits and stuff in my prep bowls just because it's just easier. And then my bacon fat is always in a mason jar. So I've got my lonely little hot dog left. And I had this potato that I was not able to eat last night. So I am going to use this as the bait. And we're going to roughly chop this. You can see a little bit of my sour cream still on it too. And that's okay. So we're going to just roughly chop this and put this into my hot skillet. And I have to tell you, this might be a little bit too much potato. But you know what? We're going to go with it because I do. And you know what? I may save this half because I don't want to have that much potato. So I think this half I might save for home fries for tomorrow, okay? Because I think that should last for a little bit longer because it was only last night that I had it. So this is going to brown and I need a little bit of salt. I want to do the salt and pepper on the potato too. You got that. I should keep these out near me. And the pepper. And just let that saute. While that's happening, I'm going to put it on my oven. And we're going to preheat this for just a little bit. And we're doing the bottom oven. And I'm just going to do convection bake. Do that. And you know what? I think about 15 minutes should do it. So we're just going to kind of do that. So let's put this aside. And we're going to, I'm just going to have a little bit of the hot dog in it. Now I could add a little bit. I want to see what kind, if I have any veggies, because I may add some veggies to this. What's great about a frittata, you can pretty put any kind of leftovers in there. If you have spaghetti, yep, you can put it in there. If you know, any kind of pasta, potatoes, you can put it in there. So I'm just doing the potatoes and then the hot, because I just want to get it a little bit browned. Doesn't need to be completely, but a little bit. And then I'm going to get my grater, which is together like this, and I can grate it. Let me get that together. It's dual-sided. I like this one. And it also comes with a guard, but I never use the guard. I should, but I don't. And this is going to, I'm just going to grate. Now, some people say, oh, it doesn't matter, block cheese, regular cheese, it's the same amount of ounces. A lot of times it's the same price. Sometimes at Walmart, actually right now, shredded cheese is actually cheaper. But it does have fillers in it. It does. Shredded cheese has fillers. And so you're not getting the same, even though the ounces are the same, you're not getting the same ounces of cheddar because you're getting cellulose powder in the one that is grated already. Now, for convenience, you have seen me get, especially if I need a lot of it and I don't want to take out and apply it and I don't want to do this over and over. You've seen me use, the already shredded, but most of the time, no. And I will put this in a bag or have a clip and have that in the refrigerator for the next time I need it. And I like getting the block also because sometimes I want shredded cheese. And sometimes I want sliced cheese for a cheese platter or something like that. So it just gives me a little bit more versatility of how I'm going to use it. Okay? So, like shredded cheese, you're not going to serve with cheese and crackers, right? And so that's why I like the block cheese also. So I'm just going to kind of spread this around so it's evenly on the bottom. And we're going to put in our hot dog. Now, my mother would, make a few hot dogs. And this was a very, very budget friendly meal back in the day. Right now, eggs are really expensive. I actually have been getting some local eggs and some, duck eggs and things like that. These are ones from the supermarket because they had an Ibotta deal, and they were $3.99 with $2 back. So they were $2. So that was a really good deal. So I got it, and I'm just going to, and I still think with the price of eggs, it is still a frittata or an egg meal. It's still, that's my oven is preheated, and it's just telling me, and I've got a little bit of a shell in here, so I use the shell to take the shell out. And I think I'm gonna do about 5 eggs. That's it, about 5 eggs. And that should be good. And I could do half a dozen. I don't know, we're just using up leftovers and making a nice either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can do either one. I'm putting a little bit of milk in there. My husband always likes whole milk, so we've got that. Seasoning up with some salt and some pepper. And you know what? For some green, I actually think I'm going to get some dried parsley. I have some dried, so we're going to do the dried. So we'll put some of that in there. Just a little bit. Just get a little color. And then I'm going to take my whisk, or you can take a fork. And we're just going to incorporate the air and mix all of these ingredients in there. And there we go. And so now this is going to go on the top here. So let me do it so you can maybe see it. And I'm just going to make sure it is all around. Now, here's something I can do. I can either let this cook in here and put a cover on it, or you can put it into the oven. And I'm just going to put it in the oven. It's going to be a little bit easier. And then about halfway through, I'm going to put the cheese on top. Okay? So we're going to shut this down, go over to my oven, and we're going to put this in. And the handle comes off this, so I'm able to do that. About halfway through, we are going to take it out, top it with some cheese, and then put it back in. And see where it is, because it could be almost done at that point, because 15 minutes might be a little bit too long. I don't know, but we'll see. So we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I'm gonna check it. And it's not even halfway through, but I'm thinking it might be all set. There we go. So look, it's still a little bit liquidy on top, but not too much. So we're gonna put this on. Let's see how it's a little liquidy. Put the cheese on, and then back in the oven for the rest of the time. And I'm gonna watch it because I think that it might be done ahead of what we were originally thinking for the 15 minutes. So let's just see how this is. We're gonna go back in and finish this up. There we go. And we shall see in just a little bit. Okay, so let me get my mug out of the way. I'm a tea drinker. How about you? Love my tea. So we're gonna put that away. And we're gonna take this out and see if it's done. Look at this. Look at that frittata. Beautiful. So let me shut this off, because I think it's done. I'm gonna let it rest for just a minute, and then I'm gonna slice into it. It might fall, and that's okay. But we're gonna dig into this and have a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever it is. If I was having it for dinner or lunch, I'd probably put a side salad with it. For breakfast, maybe some cut up fruit would be really nice to have with it. So I have an apple that's kind of seen better days. So I think I'm going to use this, and I'm just gonna core it. Let's see if I can do this and get the whole core out. Sometimes I can do it and sometimes not. So we're gonna just take this out. I love this thing, so easy. And then this is a Gala apple, and I did take it. And I'm just gonna serve this on the side because I do like fresh apple. And it'll go well with the cheese and that sort of thing. And so before it goes bad, I was thinking about putting this in some pancakes. So let me get a plate. So I'm just gonna put a little wedge here, and hopefully I'll be able to get this out nice and easy. Now, there we go. Put that on the plate. There we go. And then just like half of the apple. And this is, like I said, this is our breakfast. Michael just got home, and so this is what we're going to have for breakfast. And if there's any leftovers, what I also like about this is you can make a sandwich out of it. I've done that before with peppers and onions and zucchini, and then just put it in between French bread. And it's a really great sandwich for a picnic or whatever. So this is our frittata done really quickly. It didn't take me that long. And using up bips and bobs of little ingredients. So that's what we're having for breakfast, but you can also have it for lunch and dinner. This is Linda with What's Linda Cooking. Bye for now.